Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today you'll be learning about Jonathan Kozol, better known as J.K. Rowling. Background: Jonathan Kozol was born in Boston in 1936. He then graduated from the world-renowned school, Harvard University, in 1958. After Harvard, he was given a Rhodes Scholarship, but rather than completing this, J.K. flew right over to Paris to learn how to write from the famous authors Richard Wright and William After this learning experience, he returned to Boston to spread his magic and become a teacher in the public school system. However, once he read Langston Hughes' poem, he was fired. This is where Jonathan Kozol noticed just how prejudiced the world was and decided to take on a large role in the civil rights movement. His main focus being urban schools. Accomplishments. Death at an Early Age is an autobiographical criticism of the public school system in Boston. This book is simultaneously tragic and sweet. It offers the reader a view into the halls and classrooms, and even the teacher's lounge of a school that was failing in their education to Black students. This book revealed the terrible inequalities of the school system. Death at an Early Age received the 1968 National Book Award in Science, Philosophy, and Religion. When we heed a certain call. Savage Inequalities is based off the time that Jonathan Kozol traveled across America to several rich and poor public schools. This book criticizes the use of local property taxes in school funding. How is it that under the same state funds, poor districts have decrepit faculties, outdated books, and incompetent teachers, while rich districts have educational resources fit for royalty? Savage Inequalities humanizes the problem of class and race in America. In Amazing Grace, Jonathan Kozol describes his visit to one of the poorest areas in the country, the South Bronx. Kozol shares the tragic stories of inhabitants whose lives are surrounded by poverty, drugs, prostitution, gun violence, AIDS, and even rat infestations. These horrors plague neighborhoods where public safety and education are neglected. This book shows how the government establishes a self-perpetuating system of poverty and turns a cold, blind eye to those in desperate need. Amazing Grace received the Anniesfeld Wolf Book Award in 1996. The Shame of the Nation is based off the time Jonathan Kozol traveled to 60 different school districts. This book exposes the existing apartheid in public schools that impedes children's ability to get a quality education based on where they live. Kozol illustrates how we are worse off both in conditions and in segregation than we were before Brown vs. Board of Education. This statement seems extreme, but after reading these observations, it's hard to argue. Jonathan Kozol is constantly traveling on his broomstick throughout America, spreading awareness and giving hope to many. If he isn't helping teachers in their classrooms, then he's speaking to the future teachers at universities. Tirelessly working for equality in the education system, Jonathan Kozol is a true American hero.